Okay, so it's been an eternity since I made a video. Well, okay, I started making videos a couple times and then forgot and got really busy and never completed them. But welcome to my sophomore year. It's been like 4 months. Apologies. I same dorm building, different room setup. I could do a cool room tour. I don't know. We've got bunk beds, which is pretty sweet. We sleep on top of each other every night. That's really fun. I sound like a man sometimes because I got sick right before we came back, so prayers that it doesn't turn into anything else because that would be bad. Yeah, a little update probably would be nice. Yeah, cool. Okay, so, apologies for the light behind me. I will place my face there. Yeah, so last semester was pure craziness. I took 18 hours, which I'm not going to say I wouldn't recommend it because that really works for some people, and in order to graduate in 4 years, sometimes that's what you have to do. But I was in an interesting circumstance in that I was only taking 5 classes, which is typically 15 hours, depending on if you're taking like labs and things like that. But one of my classes that met like a normal class counted for 6 credit hours, so it's like taking 2 classes. So I was just always really busy with that, and that, yeah, so pure craziness. That's all I can describe. I mean, I built a table, which I knew I was going to be doing. Like, I knew I would build a table this semester, but I could never see myself doing it. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm taking this class, but I don't know how this is going to happen. Like, I'm such a visual person that, like, when I know I have to do something in the future, like, because it's like a class and you know people that have taken it and you know the projects and whatnot, I'm like, oh, like, I can't build a table. Like, surely I'm just going to fail and not do that. Like, sounds so bad, but I couldn't see myself completing it, and I did, and it turned out pretty great. I think definitely, like, considering I've never built anything like that, I would say, like, I mean, it stands, so that's an achievement in itself. And I really, like, I had a fun time doing it. Like, right after we finished the project, everybody was like, oh, this is so great. And I'm like, yeah, but I never want to do that again, which is a total lie. Like, I would totally build something again, like I'd build a table again. But, you know, I was just so done with it at that point. But now that winter break's over, I'm like, oh, okay, table, not too bad. So, you know. What else did I do? I designed a toy. That was my really intensive class. I learned how to work in a group with people who aren't all designers, which, this is crooked. Hold on. Yeah, so I learned to work in a group with of people that aren't all on your same flavor wavelength. So that was a challenge, but it was also super fun because we got to design a toy, and that was interesting, and it really showed me that I want to design toys. Like, that would be really cool. Man, I forget. I built a model chair. He's up there. His name's Casper. He looks like a ghost. You can't really tell. But he's like a little baby chair. So he's fun and cute. And those are really all the big things I did. I got to draw comics instead of writing papers for my New Testament class, which was so great. And that really, like, I kind of want the point of this video to talk, like, it's a little bit of an update, but it's a little bit of, like, a life lesson at the same time. I'm a people person. Like, I enjoy talking to people and, like, get social energy off that. Like, that's me, and not everybody's a people person, but I can't stress enough how much talking and networking and getting to know people really can benefit you in the future. I mean, my degree and my job, a lot of it rides on getting to know people, and, like, if I really want something, like, I'm gonna have to network and contact people, and that's just how, like, that's how it happens in the world. But also, like, really getting to know people and befriending them, and making an effort to communicate with them on a deeper level, not only on your half, but finding people who do the same, really is so much fun. Like, really the only reason why I got to draw these comics instead of writing these one-page papers was because I looked on the syllabus, and for this assignment it said, like, if you got an alternate assignment, come propose it to me. And I asked my professor about it, and he was like, yeah, like, I'm open to other ideas, just shoot me like an email with your idea and I'll like ask you and I'll say yes or no. And I said, okay, can I draw comic strips instead? And he was like, yes, do it, like that sounds really cool. So I just started doing that, and like because of that, like we had more conversations and we really got to know each other, and like that was really cool. And now I'm taking another one of his classes because he was a really cool guy and I wanted to like enjoy his presence more. So like definitely can't stress enough, like get to know your professors. Like I know sometimes professors really try to distance themselves and stay like different, and like they don't want to get too close because they have to stay as an authoritative figure and be like, I am the teacher, we're not friends, which that's totally understandable. And like especially like within your department, like because you're going to have them multiple times and you're going to be closely working with them and that kind of thing. But definitely try to be nice and friendly and that kind of thing, because you could be a perfect human and get perfect A's, and when you're going back for reference letters for a job application and you weren't like super friendly in class, or they just don't really remember you, it's harder for them to write a really good letter. Whereas if you really befriended them and did what, they're not going to remember the grade you got in the class, they're going to remember how hard you worked and the impact you made on their life. And to me that holds more value, totally. So little free lesson for you today. So kind of another like life update for me is that in the end of February I have portfolio review, which is kind of like yay or nay, you're in the program or you're not. And it's super important to the future of my degree, but it's also like a chance for me to kind of showcase all of my skills all at once and, kind of reflect back at what I've been doing. And I've been going through, I have like all of my jump drives out and like all my files open, trying to find all my projects for pictures and sketches and things like that. And it's just kind of crazy. And I was looking back at like my final like project for our CAD class, and like I thought this project was pretty good. Like I got an A in the class, so obviously it wasn't like bad or anything. And I was looking back through it, and you have to see this because it's pretty cringeworthy. So you've got this lovely, you can ignore everything on this page if you want, but you've got these nice graphics and such, and it's pretty great. Like, it keeps there, it moves like the P's behind it. Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it just jumps down altogether. Like, I don't know what's going on with this gray line and this P, but I don't know who I was when I made this. Like, the project, not half bad, but like, what the heck, emily-beth? What is going on? I'm also realizing amongst trying to do all this, how important it is to keep all of your files organized. And I thought I was fairly organized. Like, I kind of have everything in the same place, but like naming files is so important. Like, copy of file A, like, you're not gonna know what that is, and then you have to click on it, and then if it's like a big file, I have to wait for it to open. And it's like, name things smart or specific, be very specific, or number them, or like, in a series. Like, be smart when you save things, like especially downloads, like oh my, and try to like compile them. Like, if you got a lot of like things to save, like one jump drive per class, or I don't know what you have to do, but it'll be so much more helpful. Because like right now I'm like, okay, well, I've got half my projects on this jump drive and I've got half my projects on the computer. Some are PDF, some are actual like files, some are process work, some are final. Like, this is gonna be a long road to February. Oh man. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little life update. I hope to kind of try and post things pretty regularly. Like, obviously I'm gonna be really busy with my portfolio and all of the classwork that ensues with all my other classes and stuff, but I want to try and post more candid and kind of just frequent videos to update peeps on my life and show what it's like to live here in the mountains. It's really cold and it might snow tonight, so maybe tomorrow I'll have some pretty things to show people, and maybe I won't do anything until later. I don't know. Oh yeah, here's the chair I was referring to. You don't know it right now, but it glows in the dark. I used this cool glow-in-the-dark spray paint, and it in fact glows in the dark, and when we turn off the lights at night, He just kind of sits up here on my shelf glowing in the dark, and that's cute. But yeah, so alright,